Good morning, sunshines. How are we doing today? Hopefully, beautifully, wonderfully, fantastic. I've been teaching my kids lately different words like this. I'm like, how's it going? And I'm like, let's try magnificent or stupendous. And to hear a 3-year-old say those words is pretty magnificent. I'm teaching him stunning. Like, grandma, wow, you are just stunning. So, how's it going today? Stunning, beautiful, magnificent. Okay, I want to talk about a personal development and personal growth and whether or not it's trending, the yes and the no of that, and my I guess my realization or just allowing myself to come to this conclusion, which has been in front of my face the whole time, right? All right. So first of all, personal growth. What is personal growth? It's difficult because those of you that listen or watch this, you already know. You're already doing it, right? You're already seeking it out or tuning in. Somehow you have been introduced to the idea that by training our mindset, by allowing ourselves to elevate the way we think, that we will elevate the way we act and we can elevate our outcomes, right? So you guys already know. This is why this question is difficult, where it's like, is personal development trending? And I guess for the last, I don't know, few years, because I've been doing personal development now for 12 years, and which is like not that much time, honestly, because I'm 44. So it's like, how did I not even know about it until I was 32? But I really didn't. It was probably right there, and I just didn't see it. And a lot of people are the same way. But because I've been so into it, and maybe because you are, we think that everybody is exposed to personal growth and personal development, and that they take time out of their day to fine tune their mindset. We make this assumption, at least I do. I know I've made the assumption that it's like, do I really need to do book club again? Do we really need to have these conversations? Should I really be going live consistently? Because everybody's already doing it. But are they? Right? Everybody's already doing it because I expose myself consistently to development. I talk to people that I meet about authors, about different books that I want to pick up, about audibles. We're having that conversation about what growth has done for us. So I assume that it's all over the place. But when you take a step back and actually dive into the number of people who still either don't even know, like me before, like don't even know that it's a thing, right? Like if they were at a library, do you guys remember going to libraries? Like this is a thing, you guys. We would walk into a building with physical, tangible books and we would check them out. And then it was really exciting when like the audio started getting popular and there was this like maybe 2 rows of audios that you could pick up. And then you had like put a little battery pack in them. And I remember like I would clean the house and I had these like little tiny earbuds that were from the library. Anybody else dating myself right now? Well, that's what happened, you guys. But like they just skip over that section. They're walking through, going right to the children's section with their kids or whatever it was. They don't even see the personal development, the personal growth section. And there's a lot of people out there that are still like that. There is a point to why I'm sharing this with you guys specifically, by the way. So hang on, keep listening. There's also people who know about it, but they refuse it, right? They're to me, what I see is like somebody super ingrained with the history of their parents, their grandparents, of like I don't do that because it's like silly or ridiculous or I don't need that, right? I'm just going to keep grinding in my path and it's just fine the way it is. A little bit I would say maybe kind of full of ego. So there's some people that are in that point, like, oh yeah, I joined a book club. They're like, oh no, I don't read those books, right? There's no way you're going to catch me reading Andy Andrews or Napoleon Hill or Tony Robbins. Absolutely not. Take a seminar, not me. I'm set. My mind is set. You guys, does anybody know some of those folks? Don't call them out. Don't tag them right now. That's weird. Um, and then you have your people who are like maybe they try something, they try their first book and they're just like, that's just not for me, right? I'm not in a space where I can grow right now. Or maybe they're really down and out. Life is like heavy on them. And they think because it's heavy on them that they don't have time to choose happiness, which is interesting, right? Because it's exactly when they could benefit, when they need it. So, number one point of today's conversation is if you're anything like me and you assume that other people have been exposed to personal growth, personal development, that's an assumption. And we know assumptions make an ass out of you and me. And I'm talking to myself too here. And that there are tons of people who have no idea the shift that their life could take if they intentionally started seeking out positive things to put in their mind. And again, you guys probably already know that because you're a part of this conversation right now, right? So on the other side, what does that mean for us that, who are exposing ourselves to this? The first thing is we have a power of a huge butterfly effect to positively affect one person, two person, and maybe five. I don't know, right? Maybe you have the ability to have one conversation with the one person who's going to take this and run in a direction that's going to change millions of lives. The one conversation that you could have exposing to somebody to positivity, a happiness, choosing joy, meditation, working on ourselves, that one person that you choose to have the conversation with could have the ability to change so many lives. Or maybe that's you. It absolutely could be you if you chose for that, right? So in January, you guys know, most of you have heard our story, right? For the last year and a half, 2 years, we've been undertaking some big life challenges where God has presented us the opportunity to learn some huge lessons through my son's rare cancer. And now we're learning how to manage this other rare disease. I don't want to say new because it's been here the whole time, but we're finally focusing on it. And I haven't really focused on teaching as much because I've been in such a mode of caretaking, which is perfect. That's the chapter I was in. But in January, I was like, we're going to start back up book club. We haven't done this for a while. We did book club in the past, and it was like we would start with maybe a good chunk of people, and by the end of it, it's one or two people, and we were trying to do these live conversations. And I decided, let's just make this super simple because my life is pretty complex right now. Let's just pick a book and read it. I'm going to tell people, hey, this is the book we're grabbing for January, and just see who picks it up. And then we're not having like regular meetings on Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Nope, not doing any of that. Just get online and share your commentary, what you're experiencing, how the book is making you shift. And just through that, we're in month 2. The number of people who I have had reach out and just say thank you. Like I'm really enjoying this process. Maybe they forgot about personal development in a slight way, which does happen. And like, oh, I'm so glad I'm back into it. Or they've never been introduced to it. Like, this is really cool. Like, I'm learning a lot of new concepts that I get to apply in my life. And seeing that tiny butterfly effect that one decision that I made is starting to have is so rewarding. And today, what I wanted to do is talk to you about your ability to do the same. Right. So I'll give you an example right now, which is pertinent, like Joni, right? She's been with me for a long time, watching, listening, participating. Her page, her social media is consistently full of positivity. And I don't care if you just go look up motivation and you screenshot something and you put it on your page. Having those types of things, I love when I'll scroll through and I see somebody, post something positive, and below it, it's like, you know what? I needed to hear that message today. All they were just like, yeah, this is a pretty cool quote, right? And somebody else's life took a positive shift because they needed to see that message today. That's a perfect example of the power that we have to expose people to positivity, kindness, love, and a new mindset. That's personal growth. A screenshot of a quote is personal growth, you guys. Some people might be like, oh yeah, everybody's doing that now. That's great. I wish that everyone was doing that. How incredible would it be to be completely inundated by positivity consistently? Same goes, so take it offline, right? It's much easier online. You don't have to have a full conversation, right? You can hide where you want to hide. You can answer when you want to answer and not answer when you don't. You can just be a voyeur and look at everybody else's stuff, right? And, just still like feel it, but not to have the conversation. Now, when you take it offline and you're in person, how does that look for you? If you have chosen to choose positivity or growth, are you making it a part of conversations that you're having with people? It's pretty fun once you start to do that. Like, hey, like whatever, you're at Super Bowl Sunday, right? What are you reading right now? Like what? What am I reading right now? Caught me off guard there, right? And just something as simple as that. Oh yeah, we're doing the Traveler's gift from Andy Andrews. It's a pretty cool book. Like you should check it out. There's something as simple as that. Like, what? I read something the other day that really got me to thinking about me allowing forgiveness in my heart. That what? What? Forgiveness in your heart? Like maybe their ears like what are we talking about here? And now they're thinking they could join you on this path. Our ability to influence is huge. Right? You could also, and I've done this a lot, I like to give people books. Have you guys done this? And Amazon makes it so easy now. Like just grab their address and then just shoot them a book. I've been given many books by friends who are just like, you know what? I think that you would really enjoy this. The gift of a book is so much more powerful than the gift of many other things that you could do for someone, right? $10, what, $12, send somebody something that could light them up. Maybe they're not going to read it right now. Maybe they're not ready, but that book that's sitting there staring back at them, at some point they decide to grab that. How is the world going to shift because that one person made a shift? And that's the full conversation of today, the butterfly effect of what you guys know what the butterfly effect is, right? It's another Andy Andrews book, not the movie with Ashton Kutcher. I don't even remember. I think that one was like really, but how one little flap of a wing, right? One small event, how it literally affects the vibration and energy all around it, which is going to go out into the world, and how it affects them, that affects them, that affects them, that affects them. It is a true thing. Your words that you choose to use, the conversations you choose to have, the posts that you choose to do, and how you fuel your mind is affecting everyone around you. And all of those people's reactions to your action is affecting everyone around them. So for us to be able to have the ability to, number one, do what you're already doing, choosing personal growth, choosing, maybe you're not taking it all in and on right now, but you're doing your best to make a positive shift. That is a beautiful thing. And when you take that into the world and you decide, hey, you know what? I am gonna share my favorite videos, right? I'm gonna share the different inspirational things that I see. I'm going to talk to people about my favorite books and authors that have exposed me to new ideas that are influencing my life in a new and different and positive way, and then see how that lands in the world. So today is just a simple conversation. It's a simple reminder that you get to be the voice of change. You get to be the voice of positivity. You get to be the voice of kindness. Not even by like, you don't even have to you don't have to go live after this and do like, it doesn't have to be like that type of voice, right? You don't need to like start a podcast. Like literally you get to be the voice by the way you show up online, in person, in social situations, what you share, what you expose yourself to, and just how you interact with the world. And the final piece, you guys, is if you are taking this on, which you are because you're here, um, imagine where your life would have been had you not started this journey. And maybe you're like a weekend, you're like, it would have been like where it was a week ago. Perfect, right? There's some of us that we have been doing this for longer, and I'm like, I literally don't know where my world would be if I hadn't been exposed, got a mentor, started doing these different books, and shifted my mindset in such a way where I realize I do have the power to change the world, just as you do. So, good morning, sunshines. I hope this conversation hits your heart today and you decide to walk away with a mindset of growth and sharing and positivity and kindness and light. That's all I have for you, beauties. Reminding you to choose light and love, and that perspective really does reveal miracles. You guys, I love you. I love you. I love you. Light and love from my home to yours. We'll talk to you later. Bye.